Hello again. This video is going to focus on visuals and how to use visuals in a presentation. Now, oftentimes when we think of visual aids, we think of something like PowerPoint. However, visuals can mean many different things. It's not just PowerPoint. It can be things like objects you bring in, pictures, videos, anything that the audience can see is classified a visual aid. I guess one of the first questions we should ask are, why do we have visual aids? Well, an aid is something to help. So visual aids are things that we can visually see that helps the audience understand what you're talking about. However, the focus of the presentation are not your visual aids. The focus of the presentation is you. We want to hear what you have to say. The visuals are only there just to help you give that information to the audience. In this video, we're going to focus on three basic rules of visual aids. The first rule is focus on the audience and not focus towards your visual aids. The second rule is you want to make it easy for the audience to understand. And the third rule is you want to make it easy for the audience to see. Probably one of the biggest problems that people have is turning towards their PowerPoints. Now, it's okay to sometimes look at your PowerPoint and to draw the attention of the audience to certain parts of your PowerPoint. However, you always want to turn and face your audience. Think about eye contact. We will talk about eye contact a little more later when we talk about body language. But 95% of the time or more, you should be looking directly at your audience, not your PowerPoint. Another problem that occurs is people read directly from their PowerPoint. You don't want to read directly from your PowerPoint. A couple of things happen when you do this. One, it makes your presentation pretty boring. The second thing is you often end up then turning your back towards the audience, which we just got done saying is one of the major problems of a presentation. Just remember the 3 P's of a presentation. Point, pivot, present. If you can remember that, then your presentation should be okay. So the first thing is to point. Look at the audience and look at your PowerPoint. You can direct your audience's attention to part of the PowerPoint you want to focus on. So you point, you pivot back to your audience, and then you present to your audience. Remember, in any presentation, the most important thing is your audience. You need to always focus on your audience. The first rule was don't look too much at your visuals. The second rule is make your visuals very easy for us to understand. You don't want to confuse the audience. So the information you give on your visuals, especially like charts or something like that, you want to make it easy for the audience to understand. A chart that looks like this actually does not help your presentation. It makes it much worse. Maybe a chart like this could be very helpful though. This chart here is very easy for us to understand. So whatever you put on your PowerPoints, you don't want to make it confusing. Now again, it's okay to go ahead and point and explain a little bit about your PowerPoint, but if it's too confusing, it's going to take away from your presentation. The third rule is to make your visuals easy for the audience to see. Now it's really important that the audience can see your information very clearly in order for them to get the information that you're putting on your PowerPoint. If you use font that's too small or charts and graphs that are too small, again, it would take away from your PowerPoint presentation. Your audience is going to try to focus and understand what those words are saying. So what you want to do is use larger size font. It depends on the size of the classroom and your projector and everything, but usually about a 32-point font would work, something that large or bigger. But also makes your graphs a lot bigger too. Make sure that people, even in the back, can see your charts and graphs very easily. Make sure your visuals are purposeful. You are the star of your presentation. However, your visuals are there to provide information. They're there to help set a mood. What are you trying to tell your audience? What do you want your audience to feel? Your visuals, your words, your body language, everything should match to accomplish what your purpose is.